Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I'm up, ready to take on my day today. So in today's video, I thought one of my viewers asked me, what are some of your family favorite movies or books or media resources that you have enjoyed because they are having a hard time finding them? And I get that. Myself, I know I've even had to go back and re-look up some old things to be reminded of, like movies to watch with my kids and books to get with my kids, because it is easy to forget some good ones. And so I'm thankful that over the years I have a blog and I have documented a few things that are and were some of our family favorites. So I'm going to share those with you today, along with food. So if you would like to watch food, fast forward through all the chit chat and get to the food prep for the day, because we're gonna have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because we have to eat. But for now, I'm gonna share most of our families, some things we've enjoyed. There is like a gazillion more. These are just ones that I can actually remember. I've written down, and then I'm trying to go, okay, these were good quality things for a family. So let's start on the lower, let's start at the younger age. So this was my baby and toddler recommend. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of cutting and pasting and putting little picture here, because I don't have these things anymore, because I don't have any little kids anymore, and we have not kept things over the years due to moving, and we moved to North Carolina. My kids were, Steven, how old was Steven? He was 2, right? He was 2 when we moved here. That's crazy. So a lot of the things I did not keep, and then we moved to a rental, and it was a super small house, and then we moved, So anyways, you know how things happen, but you can accumulate these things by purchasing them online, and I know we can do that because there is a whole world of Amazon used items that you can get. Since the holiday season is coming up, I thought I'd give you some good ideas, maybe some things that you can search out for families, or for your family, for friends, things like that, for gifts. So one of the things we have enjoyed having over the years is Pat the Bunny series books. Now, if you have not seen Pat the Bunny, they're going to be right here. Pat the Bunny is a great little book. We got Pat the Bunny, and I think there was a couple other ones that go in the series as well, but the original Pat the Bunny has been the favorite book of all time. We have owned that book probably, I don't even know how many times I've purchased that book. A lot of times I purchased that book because they use it, they ruin it. You have I had 10 kids, so you put it on the bookshelf, and then kids attack it and ruin it and break it. I think there was a quote in the K+8 video, and she's like, these kids have destroyed libraries of books, and I'm like, I hear you, that's what happens. It's because you have a ton of kids and you can't watch them all at the same time. But Pat the Bunny books, amazing, great little book and gift idea to get for baby, toddler age children. Another great book that I got with my first child, and we have enjoyed reading it over the years through all of them. It's called A Pig's Tale. A Pigtail, and it's by Olivia Newton-John. Do you guys remember her? Great book. It's a nice hardcover book. We have read it over and over with all of them. Make sure you go check that one out on Amazon as well. And then something else we had with every toddler was the paperback book of The Farm Book. It's a very simple book. I don't know, something about kids and toddlers and farms being able to point at the animals and the sounds they make. So this is the farm book that we purchased for every single one of them. Another book that we bought when our children were potty training. I bought it with my first one. It was a hardcover book. It was the Muppet series, and we used it for all of them. It was Bye Bye Diapers, and went over that book over and over and over. So that was a good little book. It has nice rhyme words in it. Something we read with them as they were going through the potty training phase. Good Dog Carl books. Does anybody remember the Good Dog Carl books? Okay, we have gotten most all of them over the years. The library there's tons of them now. There's some words in it, but most of it's pictures. So when you have little kids and you read books to them constantly, it's kind of good to go and look through and just be able to tell the story by pointing to the pictures. Oh, look at Carl Dog here. Look what Carl's doing here. Good Dog Carl books. Those were always a good book that we would read throughout all of the kids' ages when they were younger. Another book called Only the Cat Saw. This was a great book, and it had a nursing mama in it. I don't think many books talk about a nursing mama. Maybe they do now. I'm out of the nursing mama phase, but I remember I was like, oh look, the mama is nursing in this book. So colorful book, beautiful pictures. Another just little book that we would read all the time with younger kids. Love You Forever. Is that not a book that brings a tear to your eyes every time you read it? Absolutely. Love You Forever. A great book to get to read with your younger child. We watched when they were younger a lot of the Baby Einstein videos, and those were they were entranced by these videos. But then we discovered a Christian series of those, and it was Baby Faith. Now I think you can still find them. The libraries sometimes have them, and I think I ended up buying one for Samuel when he was little, but it's the Baby Faith series. It's actually the voice of Ariel from The Little Mermaid, she does the voiceover for this great series. We enjoyed watching those. We would play them over and over. They have Bible themes, which is good. So if you want to get a great DVD for your younger child, that would be a great thing to watch, is the Baby Faith series. And those were my baby and, you know, younger toddler books. So now I'm going to move up to like ages 3 to 6 based on, you know, and older ones may enjoy it and younger ones as well. And we enjoyed a lot of the VeggieTale videos. So a lot of the VeggieTale series, I know they have a new series. I'm sure they stream somewhere. My kids are just out of that realm, but VeggieTales were great DVD series that we enjoyed when they were younger. And there was a couple books, and there was one book called How Many Veggies, and my kids really enjoyed that book because it was a lot of the veggies that kept jumping into the ship, and then to see what was going to happen, they enjoyed that. Another book was Arlo Needs Glasses. This was a good book because we dealt with a couple kids that had glasses, and good book to use, but make sure you put it back up because they'll destroy the glasses. They have these cardboard glasses to keep putting on, and so that was just a good little book to read with my, you know, younger children. A couple other books, older ones, is A Boy, a Dog, and a Frog, and Frog on His Own. No words in these books. Sometimes when you have younger ones, reading to them, I mean, it's good. Reading words is good, but sometimes just having the picture books, I always found that they really enjoyed those because you can kind of point out, you know, see what their interest is, and let's see what happens in the story. And so those were good picture books that we enjoyed looking through when they were younger. Another great book was Little Bear Brushes His Teeth. This was a great book to read when you're going through that age where they're learning, like, why is it important to brush my teeth every single day? So a good book to purchase for them. I wrote down all the Llama Llama books because we enjoyed reading those as well when they were younger. I know there's a ton out there in their series now. Another one we enjoyed was Pigsty. This book, this is an older book too. Pigsty, all about cleaning your room and keeping it clean. And so we still, I mean, my kids are older now, but I know I remember going through, I'm like, oh, this room is a pigsty. I'm like, do you need me to get the book Pigsty? And so we got the book and just we laugh about it. So Pigsty, look that book up as well. There was a couple little golden books, again, rare old books. I don't even know if you can find them. One was called Daddies. Another one was Little Mommy, Nurse Nancy, and Dr. Dan the Bandage Man. Those were all ones that we do remember. Remember the little golden books? Like, I remember being a kid, they had the golden spine with like the puzzle pieces, and I thought if I could put those all, I had a ton as a kid. I thought if I could put those together, would they make a big giant puzzle? No, they actually never did. I thought they would, but those are just some good old-fashioned, good quality books that we enjoyed reading as well. Another great book that I cannot find at all anywhere, it's called The Day Daddy Stayed Home. It was a snow day book. It's like a 1970 book, The Day Daddy Stayed Home. I wish that I would have kept that book. It was my brother's book. I accumulated it, and then like it just got, you know, ruined over the years, you know, because of kids, and I thought, oh, we'll get it. That was a great book. Good pictures, good drawings. It was just a good book. So The Day Daddy Stayed Home. If you got that book, hold on to it as a keeper if you can find it. Awesome. Okay, then my kids were younger, they enjoyed Ventriloquist Puppet Come Into Our Library. It was Skippy and Dave. My kids love Skippy and Dave. They were into those like ventriloquist puppets and those kind of things, and so they actually, we got to meet them. We got to get pictures with them. They sent us shirts. They were so wonderful. They have a simple, this was before reality, before all the things on YouTube that kids can watch, but there was a DVD series that they put out. I'm sure you can still, I'll see if I can stick a link to like their company if they still sell them. I don't know if they do. If they do and you get to order that, tell them that I sent you there because it's been a long time and I don't even know if he sells them anymore. But Skippy and Dave were great Christmas DVDs. There's a regular one, and it was just a fun little everyday things that they did with the puppet and went out on adventures. So that was a good series that we enjoyed watching as well, over and over. The Seventh Brother. This was something else. My kids enjoyed this cartoon so much over the years. There was another one called Willie the Sparrow and Tiny Heroes, but the favorite was The Seventh Brother. Those were good cartoons that I still remember watching those as when they were younger. And then Prayer Bear. Anybody else remember Prayer Bear? Oh, my kids love Prayer Bear. Can you get Prayer Bear? I don't know. Prayer Bear Volume 1, 2, and 3. We had it on VHS. I don't even know if they make it on DVD anymore. If they do, definitely get some of those. And Hide 'Em in Your Heart was another one that they enjoyed watching over and over. They would take scripture and put it to song. I'm sure somebody else does that now, but that was one we enjoyed way back in the day. Gullah Gullah Island. Anybody else watch Gullah Gullah Island? Okay, Gullah Gullah Island, great TV show when the kids are younger. I think it's actually based on Gullah Gullah Island in North Carolina here, or South Carolina, kind of like the state that we live in now, but my kids loved watching that show. Lots of music, lots of action, beautifully made. It used to be on Nickelodeon, but I think I've seen it like on Amazon before you can get the DVDs for it. That's a great show for younger ones. Adventures in Odyssey, that's another great video series that we enjoyed watching as well. They have a whole DVD series, lots of different episodes. My kids enjoyed watching those when they were younger. Now we're gonna move up in age to like elementary and middle school and even high school and adult, because I know that a lot of this I enjoy listening to and reading as well. So one series that my kids and I have enjoyed listening to over and over is the Jonathan Park and the Adventum series. This was one that came about, I remember way back in the day, it was just Adventures in Odyssey is all they had. Well, then Jonathan Park came out and I was like, wow, this was really interesting because it teaches a lot of history as well as the audio series. So we were never big into that, and I started listening and I started just reading. They have these study guides that go with the episodes, and I'm like, oh, that is so informative. So it gives a lot of information that goes behind a lot of the series that they're talking about, so you can just get like a greater depth. It has taught myself a lot about history, science, things that I'm not very gifted and skilled at, so I can be able to like teach my children that, and they can hear it and listen and go, yeah, that's okay, that's pretty cool, and just put it in a good storytelling format that's, you know, keeps you going, suspenseful, and all those good things. So Jonathan Park, we used to have the audio CDs, but I passed those along to family to be able to use, and I just use the Jonathan Park Unlimited app. You can get this app, it's about $10 a month, and you can just stream it, put it on your different devices, and listen to stories that way. Or you can get the CD series, and which is great is they're all, I looked them up, the series are only $20 a pack right now. So you can get, there's a ton of series on there. So I shared with you back in 2018, it's been a few years, about the Adventum. They just had one series out. Well, now they have 5 volumes out of that, and they are marked down to $20 a set, which includes 4 CDs, which is pretty good. So that's a lot of listening for your family. And the Jonathan Park series actually has 19 sets available right now, which is pretty cool. So always improving. I know they've got the classic and then they got the new adventures as well. So very, very informative, good quality production, good quality, and like just gives you a lot of information. And take it from a person that was not very skilled in a lot of that creation, you know, science or history, and I'm like, oh, it's just given me so much more insight into learning things like that. And I talked to the people at Jonathan Park, and they are going to give my viewers a discount, which is really good. So they're going to give you a deal, $20 on their collections, and it's, you have to use the code 20SALE for any of the Jonathan Park products. So just go, I'll put all the link, all these things are going to be linked below, and then you can go check it out. That's a great audio series to be able to just add to your homeschool collection, just for the car ride, anything, just anything to kind of like, you know, give your children some more tools for the world. That's what it's all about, is equipping your children for the future and give them something to, when they're sitting there listening, they can imagine those things in their brain, what's going on in the story, all good things to do. So Jonathan Park, that's a great audio series to get for your family for the holidays. Just give a gift that'll be able to keep giving through the year. Another audio series that we discovered this year that my children have enjoyed listening to was Kingdom's Dawn series. And we actually got a book, which I'll talk about in a minute, by Chuck Black, and then we really enjoyed the book, and so got these audio series for my kids. There's a bunch. There's Kingdom's Dawn, Kingdom's Edge, and Kingdom's Hope. They're more of like a medieval type storytelling phase audiobooks, but my children do really enjoy listening to these as well. So Kingdom's Dawn is another audio series. Moving on to books. So during our read aloud time, it's always hard to find a book that my kids keep their interest and they all want to pay attention to it. So for my age range of kids, I have some elementary, middle school, and high school. So I've had to come up with some book series that they all enjoy listening to their books. So one of the books that we enjoy reading are this is an ex-library book. So Frank Peretti, the Cooper Kids series books. These are great books. We, I think, I don't know how many's in there. This is book 8, so there's got to be at least 8. Cooper Kids series. Look these up for your kids. These are great, packed full of adventure. A lot of like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Keeps their interest throughout reading these books. So we're reading right now The Deadly Curse of Toko Ray. My older one, Brooklyn's like, oh, I remember what happens in that book. So just good books to read with your kids. So look up the Cooper Kids series. Another great book, and this is by Chuck Black, this is Rise of the Fallen. This is the second book I didn't grab. The first one is called Cloak of Light. The first book we read with my kids, all the way from Steven, who's 10, up to Brooklyn and Jaden, who are, 16, 17, they enjoyed that book. The reader's interest in that was like, wow, we were just completely enthralled in being able to like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? So the first book was amazing like that, and they really enjoyed reading the story of that. We started reading The Rise of the Fallen, the second book with them. What they didn't like is that it kept going back and forth in the story. So good book. I'm enjoying reading it still, but for the younger ones, it goes back to like biblical times, like the time when Satan was falling. So it goes through like the whole angel you know, what's going on in the spiritual realm, and then it, you know, goes back to the present day. So it flip-flops back in the story, which is good. It keeps you going, like what's happening then, what's happening now. But for a lot of the kids to be able to follow that, some of them didn't enjoy doing that. And so, but a good book. I think there's 3 books in this series. Chuck Black, he does the other audiobooks, the Kingdom's Dawn series for kids, but just a good book set. So look these ones up there. I think there's a 3-book series, a really good series. I think Amazon, if you have the Kindle, it's free. You can just get that on the app there, but good books to read. Now, I remember when I first became a Christian, I started reading the Left Behind series, and so that was something I started reading, and I was like enthralled with reading that. And I know there's like controversy, like it's not very biblical, it's not very this and that, but still gets you into the mindset of like, wow, what could it be like, or what could happen? And so Left Behind series was another book. They actually have Left Behind for kids as well, good books to read. And something else that I read when I was first became a Christian that helped me see a lot about the spiritual realm going on around us, the Chuck Black books are like that. It goes through like what's happening in real life, and then it also goes through what's happening in the spiritual realm. That gives you a viewpoint of like, all right, it isn't about what's going on right now here. This problem, it is a bigger problem. It is something going on in the spiritual realm. It's not so much my argument with this person. It's like there's a bigger thing going on. And so that book is very informative for that, and helping my younger kids to be able to see, oh, there's a whole world going on. And so this was one of the first ones that I had read by Frank Peretti, and it gave me insight into this spiritual realm where I was like, oh, I would have never thought of that. So this Present Darkness, we're going to read this one too together as like our read aloud time. So this was a really good, I think there's another one called Piercing the Darkness, the second book. I think it's the second one in the series, but this was another good book to be able to read, just give you some good, where it kept you like intrigued, interested the entire time you're reading the story. So a good book. Now videos and DVDs, we have had a ton over the years, and through kids watching them and, you know, throwing the disc in the on top of the DVD and ruined over the years. That's what happens. So I've had to go through, and I'm like, wow, do we even still have a lot of the older ones that we, you know, enjoyed watching? So I'm sure there's a ton more I'm forgetting, but these are just some that I've actually acquired that we still have that are good quality DVDs. So the Little House on the Prairie series, that's something, I didn't bring that case up, but that is something we watch. We have all of the season of that, and we've just enjoyed watching that over and over and over through the years. There's a couple episodes where I'm like, there's where they deal with like, you know, deeper adult issues where I wouldn't recommend kids to kind of watch them. So be cautious when you're doing that. The Waltons, that's another one that we've enjoyed watching, and we have all of the series. Actually, no, we don't have all the series. We used to have all their series, but ruined over the years. So we're like slowly accumulating. I think we only have up through season 3 or 4 right now, but a good series as well. Another series we have is Dr. Quinn. That was a good series to watch. A little bit older, mature audience for a lot of that, because they do deal with a lot of issues that went on during that time frame, but still another good quality TV show that we have enjoyed watching over the years. And then I'm just going to go through videos. These are all ones that, again, use your own discretion for things to get to save a life. Great video for teens to watch, a couple of mature points in it, but you know, watch it with caution with your teens, but a good video just to give them a viewpoint of like the whole world. It's not just about them. There is a whole greater one going on around them. The End of the Spear, we actually watched this last year, the kids, this one, and then it goes Beyond the Gates of Splendor is the second book. This was a true story, a missionary story. Great DVD. We watched this and the kids, their eyes were like this the whole time, like, oh my goodness, because it was just that action-packed, enthralled. It just brought a lot of like what God can do to restore and bring, you know, bring good out of a bad situation. So this was good, and this was the second one. So we really enjoyed. So End of the Spear and Beyond the Gates of Splendor. Good videos that we have kept over the years to watch. Letters to God. This was a good, heartwarming, heartfelt, good movie that we've enjoyed over the years. I finally got a whole set. I think I have these all separated. Probably my favorite videos, Facing the Giants. That probably was my favorite. I have a couple that are my ultimate favorite. I don't watch a lot of, I mean, I do watch movies with my kids. I do watch movies with my family, but not any that I'm like, oh, that's my favorite video of all time. Facing the Giants is probably one of my favorites. And their Flywheel, that was one of their first ones they did. War Room is really good. Overcomer, Courageous, and Fireproof, great. All good sets. You can get these. I think these are $5 now. They're not very much, but good quality shows. My brother does a good quality movie, and I still reference many things. I'll say it. My one friend, she's like, yep, only large families can reference those things in that movie. So we enjoy that one as well. Mom's Night Out. I think this is probably my favorite, funnier DVD to watch. So good quality. I think there's another one, and I recommended it when I shared with these videos a long time ago, and that's a worldly show. It's not this is the mom's night out that I enjoy watching. It's the Christian version. So good, funny, quality. I could relate with this very much, being a mom, and so this was a good DVD that I enjoyed watching. I could watch this over and over and over and laugh and smile and just go, all right, I get this because I am a mom. This is what happens. We don't have a lot of Disney movies that I enjoy watching. This one I do enjoy watching. Funny, just good. Everybody can laugh and have a good time. Clean. Not very many shows that are clean at all. There's always like some underlying tone in them. This was a very funny movie. College Road Trip. We enjoyed watching this one over the years as well. This was a good one. And then I don't have the disc here. I think maybe it used to be in my car. I don't know if we have it anymore. Is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Not the first one. I don't like the first video at all. I think it references too much that I just don't enjoy watching, but the second and third one I've enjoyed watching with my kids. A good funny show. Again, we can just laugh and watch it and enjoy it. So get the second and third one, good ones to watch with your family. There's a couple of random discs I have here. Saving Sarah Kane. That was a really good DVD. We started watching that and I was like, I forgot how good and heartfelt that story was. That was a good one that we enjoyed watching. I've got Unconditional. This is another great video that we've enjoyed watching. Amazing Grace. You want to know where the song Amazing Grace comes from? Watch this DVD right here. A good thing to watch. Though None Go With Me, another great video. Great video. One of the main characters' name is Will. I wanted to name one of my children Will, but all my kids end in N, so that could have never happened. But good video to watch if you get the chance to see this one. Parental Guidance. This is another, it's not a Christian one, but another one that I really enjoyed over the years. Laugh out loud funny. I can watch this video like the mom's night out and go, okay, that's a funny movie. So another good, watch this one. This is a really funny video to watch. And all the Love Comes Softly series. This is just one of them here. Look, this is about how scratched up and ruined our DVDs are, but Love Comes Softly, that whole series is a great series to watch. So if you like that old-fashioned kind of love story kind of videos, this is just one of them. Get the Love Comes Softly series. Swiss Family Robinson. This one. This is a good, we have this one. We watched this one. Madeline and I just watched this one last year. So it's an old one, but good videos to watch the whole series. We'd watch one episode and go, what's going to happen? And watch the next one over and over. This is one we enjoyed watching. This was a reality show. Sarah Palin's Alaska DVD series gave us a lot of insight into Alaska and how beautiful the state was. Right, you probably can get this really cheap. This was really good to watch as well. Okay, Old Fashioned Little Women. This is one of my favorite DVDs. Now, I like the old one, the one with Elizabeth Taylor. I just ordered it from my library. So this one's pretty good too. We just watched this one, Madeline and I did the other day. And then Miracle of the Cards. This is a great, great story as well. Good story. Look this one up to get it. The Ultimate Gift. This is one of those you watch it and then like boom, you get in the middle of the movie and you're like, oh my goodness, what is going to happen? Good video to watch for the family. Miracles from Heaven. This was another, I think this was based on a true story, isn't it? Yes, this is based on a true story. This was a really good DVD as well. And then a couple Christmas, I know there's a ton of Christmas out there. These are the rare ones that you probably never, like we watch Elf, we watch Jingle All the Way, we watch all those ones that are, you know, the staple of Christmas. But these were some of the lesser known ones. This one, The Christmas Miracle of Jonathan Toomey. This, I remember when this came out and we got it, the cinematography in this was amazing. Amazing. The colors, the way it was, I'm like, wow, that's a great Christmas show. So Christmas Miracle of Jonathan Toomey. Look this one up. Very good series. Christmas in Canaan. This is a good heartfelt family show. We watch this one every year. Enjoy this one very, very much. And then the Christmas Homecoming. This is the old Waltons. This was the original Patricia Neal, not the real mama that they have now in there, but a good show to watch on DVD for Christmas. Now after I do this video, I'm going to think, oh, I forgot to share about this video or that video. There is probably a ton more. I know there's a ton more that we've watched over the years and just enjoyed as a family, but these are just ones that have just been good quality videos, the good quality books. One more series of books that I'm remembering, I saved it on my phone to tell you because I don't actually own the books, but I got them from our library, is the Right on Time series. This is good for like your chapter readers that are doing very good reading books. I'm going to put it right over here. I'm pretty sure it's written by a homeschool family, but it follows a homeschool family on their adventures. So it says, I'm looking at it, it says 8 to 12 years, Right on Time series. Get those. Those are good quality books as well. And my mind is going, there's probably so many more. I know there's so many more books. There's so many audio books. There's so much more DVDs to share because we have gone through a ton. Those are just ones that I've remembering and pulling out, sharing with you. Look them up and see. Like I said, they're good DVDs to watch. The books are great books to read. The audio series are amazing because audio you can just listen to over and over, throw in a different one, you know, in your car, or, you know, when you're doing like your group time at the, you know, for school, or just because you're just sitting around doing nothing, like working on a puzzle. Let's put an audiobook series and listen to that. So good things to hear. All right, so I'm done with the chit chat in the video. So now I'm gonna focus on food for the day. That's when I'm gonna go into my kitchen and get that done. Okay, moving the kitchen finally. Done with all my media things in there. So what I'm gonna do for breakfast today, we are gonna go, it's raining and cold. I'm gonna do a cozy breakfast today. A good cozy breakfast is toast. I should say a good easy breakfast is toast. I haven't gone shopping, so I'm completely out of milk for a few days, and I'm completely out of eggs. So all I have is like hash browns, and I have some meat. I guess I could make pancakes too, but I think the kids are sick of pancakes. So I got this good bread. They like the brioche bread. They say it tastes like, it's like the texture of pound cake, but I know that will be gone today, so I pulled out the sourdough as well. So I'm gonna take this, put some butter on it, and I've also pulled out applesauce. Applesauce and toast. I remember being a kid and going to my grandma's, and we would have applesauce and toast for breakfast and an egg. That was what we had. The applesauce was chunkier because it was homemade, but easy little breakfast. So I'm just gonna put this out, put it in the toaster, toast it, put some butter, eat, and it's gonna be our morning breakfast. Okay, what do you do when you take the butter out of the freezer and it's still frozen solid? You put the warm piece of toast on top and it will melt it, and then you can spread it. So this is gonna be breakfast. We're gonna eat this while we are sitting over there. They're doing our group time, which is like our Bible and our together time, talk about the day, what we have to do, all those good things. So I'm gonna get this warm and then spread it, and we'll get to eat it. I'm sure some kids will opt to get hot cocoa because it is chilly morning, and they've been having that each day too. Okay, would anybody else opt to get the butt end of the bread, the crispy part? I feel like that's always a winner, but you know, most people don't eat the end piece, but I like the end piece of bread. So I'm gonna go take this, sit over there, and then we're gonna eat, and then we'll come back and we'll make lunch. Okay, now it is the lunchtime hour, so now I've got to get lunch going. We have lentils left over from yesterday, and I think a hot dog or two if somebody wants to eat that, but I'm gonna make some broccoli pasta dish. I don't know what this is called. I remember Lisa from it was the Cake House, Cake Boss, you know, Cake Boss, the show. I think it was Cake House. I think she did a video on it once. So I've kind of vamped it to like how I can make it work. So I'm not gonna use fresh broccoli because I don't have any. I have frozen broccoli. I've got water boiling. We're gonna cook pasta and cook broccoli. Basically, it's broccoli pasta, olive oil, spices, and Parmesan cheese. That's it. Easy, delicious, simple lunch. So I originally just put a small, half of that container of broccoli in there, and then I realized, you know what, I'm gonna make more because this will be something worth, like I was just gonna make a new meal every day, but I'm gonna go shopping one day this week, so even if I don't have to be able to film something, I can use this for lunch for a couple days. So I think that we're just gonna make a little bit bigger, and this is really good. We can also use this tonight for dinner for a side. So I'm just gonna cook all this in here. Basically saute it. This should be my pasta. I'm gonna add my pasta to this. I'm gonna use any kind, I think she used, sorry, shell pasta. I'm just using bow tie because that is what I have. I do have shell, but I'm gonna use the bow tie. Okay, so mine is done boiling, so I'm just gonna add this right in here and stir it up. I might have to add some more olive oil if needed. And then you just put Parmesan cheese in it. Really delicious, really yummy. I feel like we're gonna need some more olive oil. So this is lunch, delicious, very good. I'm gonna serve this up, we're gonna eat this, we're gonna do our audiobook for a little bit, and then I'll come back and we'll do dinner. So it is close to the dinner hour now. It's been a day, it's rainy, it's gloomy and rainy and yucky outside today. So dinner tonight, can I do this? The kids like the pasta with the broccoli, like they really like that. So guess what we're gonna have tonight for dinner? The rest of this, because there's plenty there. But what I'm gonna do different is over here, I've got some butter and I'm gonna melt it, and I'm going to cook some chicken. Do you remember on Gather Your Fragments where I took the already cooked chicken, coated it in flour, and then stuck it over here? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just fry it in there. They like it, it tastes good. It's easy, chicken and pasta and broccoli. Why get more if you don't need it? So I'm just gonna coat my chicken and stick it over here in the pan. That is it. That is our dinner. We're gonna have the chicken. Gotta shut it off so it's finished frying. And the pasta with broccoli because it's delicious, easy, and I have applesauce in there. We're making it easy a night tonight. So I'm gonna close today's video so you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Remember, you are designed, you are created, and you are selected by God to do great, wonderful things. And remember, leave in the comment section below some of your family's favorite media, books, audiobooks, videos, anything like that that we can share with others to be able to share some good, wholesome movies for your family. So have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you guys again tomorrow with another video. See you tomorrow. Bye.